So let's see what old man Gibb says. Greetings, Travis and Jen. First, thank you so very much for this platform and absolutely everything you do for the creator community. Listen, we need to thank you because you're out here funding vidIQ, basically. I don't know what's going on over there.
Thanks for letting me keep my job, Santa.
Right? Thank you, vidIQ Santa. Okay. What advice can you possibly give creators like myself that suffer from severe PTSD to the point that we're almost total shut-ins? Interesting. It's hard for me to really connect with an audience that for the most part, I feel like if I meet them out in the real world, I would be hard-pressed to not just walk away from them in total disgust or just put their head into a wall. I know that seems harsh. However, after going to several Comic Cons in order to, one, expose myself to a different and difficult environment, and two, to watch and absorb how creators behave in the real world, 90% of them have proven to be scumbags. I do not want to be that guy. So in short, how do I make quality content for an audience I can't stand? That's crazy. I want to answer this. Hold on. He says one more thing. P.S. Jen, you have an amazing smile. Travis, your just plain speaking is very helpful. Thanks a million. Okay.
Well,
you have the good smile. I don't. Okay. I love how real this email is. It's shocking to me. This is not the email I thought I would get, but I love it. Listen, I'm going to swim in this. I'm swimming in it. Jen, let's get real. Let's get real for a second.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to bring this up. I hope you won't get mad at me.
I probably will. What is
You're
it?
a female. I think you're a female on YouTube.
I do identify as female.
You do identify as female and you're on YouTube. And there are guys that watch YouTube and say some things to females on YouTube that you might not be super excited to talk to. I would imagine. Is this true or is this a false statement?
I get lots of inappropriate requests.
Okay. So this is similar-ish to what Old Man Gibb is saying. I would love to hear how you deal with that aspect of it, and then I'll give my 2 cents on his side. But I think it's similar enough that we should talk about it because there are a lot of female listeners to this podcast, and I think it's important for them to hear as well.
It's interesting. So I feel like I don't intentionally target those people. And if I feel like I was, then I could do a better job at it.
Fair.
But it can be really discouraging and really frustrating when you feel like you're putting out something really fun with the intention of, like I have had things when I'm on the beach or wearing less clothing, things that are very normal to see in real life that, putting it out there, you subject yourself to comments from people that are out there. It's part of the game. You put yourself on the internet. You got to deal with it. But that's hard advice because I'm not making the content for those people.
That's interesting.
But this intention, he is making the content for those people. I don't know if that's a winning strategy.
I'm glad you said it. This is threading a needle here. You have to do like one of two things, man, Gib. And this is where we're going to get real. Personally, I would say that you're talking. It looks like you're talking about comic stuff. I was not aware that that's what your channel was about. I really wasn't. That's great. It sounds like something that you love. If you start doing content about something that you love, you will stop loving that thing. I will tell you this because this happened to me. Happened to me on more than one occasion. I had a little secret YouTube channel I put together last year. I started doing reaction content to a television show I used to really love. I did like a couple of videos and it started to grow pretty fast. I was getting views and stuff pretty fast considering I just started from zero. I didn't shout it out from my main channel or anything. I just put it out there, started working. And I started to dislike making the content because it was no longer fun to watch the show. And I've stopped watching the show. Not because the show is bad, but because doing the YouTube channel about it made it something that I didn't like doing anymore. I'm a tech head. That's how I got into YouTube. I made a tech YouTube channel. I don't even know what the hell's going on in tech anymore because it became this thing that I disliked. I feel now very strongly that if you have these passions that are hobbies and stuff that you love, you should keep that for yourself. If you want to make content about them, that's fine. If you want to, turn off comments. If you just want to just enjoy the content itself, fine. But that's not the YouTube content you should do. personally, I'm saying this. I think if you want to be in YouTube and do stuff, you should do something that you're a little bit more detached from. Not like completely detached. I think there's a lot of people who do their passion, they love it, and that's fine. I'm speaking specifically to you because of what you've told us. This isn't something I would say to everybody. It's just your specific detail that you've given us tells me that you would let these people rob you of a joy that maybe you already have, and you don't want that. It's the last thing you want. So if you still do want to do YouTube content, that's fine. I would do it with something that you don't feel as connected with, that you feel like someone could rob you of it, because it feels like you're almost saying that in this message.
I think there's also, I feel like there was a big tie on like meeting those people.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that has to happen. That's kind of like, you don't have to meet those people. You don't have to put yourself out there. I would say for the most part, YouTubers are super introverted and don't put themselves in that situation because it's really, really uncomfortable. I think most people get to the point where they feel really comfortable talking to the camera, but they're still alone. Nobody's like actually judging them. They don't have to carry on a conversation in real time. They don't have to worry like, oh, you're not the same that you are online. So I think it's really normal for people to be different in person than the way they're perceived online. And I don't think that you have to meet your audience if that's a similar situation.
Yeah. You can also keep that distance. Even if,
Yeah.
so to Jen's point, if you want to keep doing that content because you still like making the content, you just don't like the people, you can just disengage from the community. Just don't read the comments, don't go to the things. To Jen's point, you don't have to meet people. I think what he was saying is, he was trying to expose himself to different. He was like pushing his boundaries, just trying to grow as a person, which I completely appreciate. I love, and I think anyone who does that is a brave person. I love that. But sometimes you put your hand on the stove and find out it's hot, and you're like, I don't want to do that again. So if that's the case, I think what you should do is protect your joy and don't allow any situation to pull that away.